People in Seattle aren't struggling because the real estate market stopped working. They're struggling because affordability shifted and the rules changed with it. And it's not broken, it's functioning at a healthy level again. And when a market functions, it stops carrying people forward by momentum and it asks them to think. This video is for both buyers and sellers because affordability affects both sides just in different ways. Buyers, you're feeling it in monthly payments, and sellers, you're feeling it in buyer behavior. And in a normal market, nobody gets rescued by timing alone. Buyers don't win just by waiting. Sellers don't win just by listing. Normal markets reward people who understand the rules, and they punish people who assume the old ones still apply. I'm Jason Fox with the Madrona Group. My job is to replace noise with clarity, especially when the market starts to calm down. All right, let's start with the 3 key indicators that actually determine the health of the Seattle real estate market. Right now, sales activity intensity in Seattle is about 32%. That means roughly 1 out of every 3 new listings goes pending in the first 30 days that it hits the market. Obviously, that's not a frenzy. That's called healthy absorption. Buyers are active, but they're selective. Sellers still have demand, but it has to be earned. Inventory is sitting around 3.5 months of supply. This number matters more than headlines. Below 2 months, sellers don't have to try. Above 5 months, buyers control everything. 3 to 4 months, that means decisions matter. And that's where we are. Now let's talk about interest rates, because this is the catalyst. Rates have been hovering around 6.2%, and they recently dipped below 6% to 5.99%, even if it was only for a day. That matters, not because it suddenly makes homes affordable, but because it signals direction. We've also seen a rally tied to the current administration putting housing affordability back on the agenda, including ideas like Fannie and Freddie buying up to $200 billion in mortgage-backed securities. That doesn't mean rates drop overnight, but it does mean affordability is back in the conversation. So markets move on expectations first. Rates don't need to be cheap, they just need to be predictable. Predictability restores confidence, and confidence restores transactions. People waiting for those 3% rates, they're not wrong. They're just planning for a different decade. Now, here's where most people get tripped up. Seattle is not one market. It's a ladder of micro markets. And the biggest driver isn't just the neighborhood. Now, neighborhood still matters a lot. But what's driving speed right now is affordability by price point. At the lower rungs of the ladder, especially condos, townhomes, and some dadoos and such, a lot of today's new construction, things are moving a lot slower. Monthly payments are a little higher, could be because HOA dues matter. There's more substitute inventory. Buyers feel every rate move down there. In the mid-price ranges, especially single-family resale, things are moving faster. Payments pencil better. Inventory is scarcer. There are fewer true substitutes. So this is where homes will still go pending pretty quickly when they're priced and prepared correctly. At the top of the ladder, things slow down again. Not because buyers can't buy, but because they can choose. This isn't a split market, it's more like a ladder. And buyers are choosing their rung carefully. Now, neighborhoods still matter inside that ladder. Seattle has dozens of neighborhoods, anywhere from 80 to 100 plus, and they don't behave the same. And in a normal market, location sets the ceiling, but pricing, condition, and strategy decide the result. So you don't sell in Seattle, you sell in your neighborhood at your price point with your product type. Across Seattle right now, average days on market are in the high 30s, average price is around 1.1 million. The list to sale ratio hovers around 99%, but those are all city averages. So what's really happening is this. Mid-price resale homes are often selling in weeks. Condos and new constructions are taking a little bit longer. Same city, same week, very different outcomes. That's not confusion, that's just segmentation. This is what a normal market actually means. It means price, condition, and presentation matter again. It means two similar homes can get very different results. It means the first 14 to 21 days decide momentum, and it means negotiation isn't a failure, it's the process. Normal doesn't feel exciting, it feels honest. All right, now let's talk seasonality. Now, January is when everyone wraps up the holidays and gets back to business, including buying and selling homes. So search activity picks up, buyers re-engage, sellers start planning. This is the gear up phase for the spring market. Spring is when volume shows up, but January is when positioning happens. Seller pro tip, if you can, aim to list your home in late February or early March. Well, buyers are already active and inventory hasn't already flooded the market yet. You want to be that first wave, not the crowded one. Now let's talk some strategy. If you're a buyer, your leverage depends on the rung you're on. Condos and new construction? Yep, you have options. Use them. Mid-price resale? Be prepared. Hesitation can still cost you a good home. If you're a seller, you don't get paid for where you think your home belongs on the ladder. You get paid for where buyers place it. Pricing it even 3 to 5% high now can really cost you momentum. Preparation beats optimism, and credits or rate buydowns, they often outperform price cuts. You don't really test the market anymore. The market tests you. So now buying versus renting. Here's a simple rule of thumb. If you're planning to stay less than 3 years, renting usually wins. If you're planning to stay more than 3 years, buying usually wins. Renting buys you flexibility, but buying builds control and equity. This market doesn't reward rushing either choice. It rewards alignment. So here's the big picture. Seattle isn't overheating and it's not collapsing. Affordability shifted. The rules changed and the market adapted. The people who win next are the ones who adapt with it. Not by guessing, not by waiting, but by being prepared when the window opens. That's how people win in a normal Seattle market. Thank you for watching.